Good morning, everyone.
Morning, everyone. How are we all? Welcome, welcome. We're just going to wait a few more minutes just to see if we're going to have a few more people join in. But while they're doing that, just going to introduce who you've got taking you through your Tuesdays at 10 today. So I'm Rachel. I'm one of the New South Wales trainers, if you haven't met me before. And we're also joined today by the lovely Heather, who is our junior BDM and trainer up in Queensland. So thank you, Heather.
Thanks for
Um,
having me, Rach. I'm looking forward to today.
Time. Really excited for today's subject, actually. It's going to be interactive, and I loved our last interactive webinar together.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
was
a
fun.
new concept, so I'm hoping everyone's going to get a lot out of today as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those who haven't joined Tuesdays at 10 before, if this is your first time or you have been here before, on the first Tuesday of every month, we run a free webinar for you guys on all sorts of different subjects. We cover everything almost, don't we?
We do.
Last month we did seasonal skincare. Before that, we did a focus on vitamin C. And we've got a back catalogue as well because we've been doing this for a while. You guys can go and watch those whenever you want. You can jump onto our website or even our YouTube channel, and they are all recorded up on there. And then I would very much encourage you guys to jump onto our website or your Profit Advantage newsletter that you're going to get today because we have planned the entire year out with all of our subjects, and you can go and register for those Tuesdays at 10. Pop in your emails so you'll get a little reminder, but also if you can't make it for any reason, you'll get it emailed to you straight away so you and your team can watch it in your own time as well. So a little tip there, sign up for the year and then it's just going to automatically come through for you and you don't have to worry about it. Heather and I like interaction, not just talking to each other, but talking with you guys as well. So please, any questions, any comments, anything like that, pop it in the chat box down below. Just make sure that you do select reply to everyone so everyone can see your comments or questions. And we'll try and get to all of those as we can near the end. Apart from that, I'll stop talking. We should get going, shouldn't we, Heather?
Absolutely. We do have a few people saying good morning in the chat. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So, today we are really discussing how beauty consultations are evolving, and why regimen-based selling is becoming the new standard in the industry. The way that consumers approach skincare and beauty has changed dramatically over the years. And people are no longer looking for just one-off products. They want solutions, they want guidance, and they want long-term results. So this is where the regimen-based prescriptions, we've seen such an incredible shift in the last year, particularly, haven't we, Rach?
Yeah, we really have actually. I think communers, goodness gracious me, I think I need another coffee. Consumers, that was commuters and consumers together. Consumers, they're becoming much more educated more than ever. We've got so much information at our fingertip, and they understand that achieving those results isn't just about using the one product. They're starting to realize that you do need that whole regime there. So it's not one miracle product. It's about consistency, it's about layering, and it's about using the right ingredients together. So that's where our regime-based selling comes in, and it's an approach that's beneficial for the client, but it's also going to be a game changer for us and in our businesses and us as therapists. Instead of just having that one-time sale, it's going to build up customer loyalty as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, traditionally, skincare recommendations focused on, individual products. A client comes in and they're looking for a good moisturizer, or they say, I'm concerned with fine lines and wrinkles, so we go with serum. Whereas the regimen-based prescribing, we take a completely different approach.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of suggesting just a standalone product, we're actually nutting out and really providing a full skincare routine that's going to be tailored to that customer's needs, and their skin concerns when you see them. So it means that we're looking at it we're zooming out now rather than just being on that one little product. We're zooming out and looking at it a little bit more holistically. So every product in that regime that we're going to build for our clients is going to work together to deliver the results for the client. So think of it a little bit like a puzzle, and each step is that little piece extra, and it's going to play a really, really crucial role in that. So a cleanser is going to prep the skin. Your serum is going to target those concerns. It's going to make a really fast change because we've got lots of concentrated ingredients in our serums. Moisturizers, they're going to lock in hydration. Your SPF is going to protect that skin. And when we constantly use a regime like this, it creates long-lasting improvements as well.
Yeah, and I guess looking at it, this is an approach to just sell more products. It's science-based skincare, and we know that skin health is a long-term commitment. We know that as educated therapists, and it's about educating our clients to have that same approach. When we give them that well-structured routine and that regimen, it ensures that the client's going to see visible progress with their skin.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why that regime-based prescribing is really going to be that future of skincare consultations. It's just going to streamline, it's going to start becoming the norm. And it's going to shift the focus from those quick fixes, which I think we're all very much used to in this day and age, nice quick fixes. It's going to shift the focus to that, to a more personalized, results-driven solution as a whole. So helping that customer achieve that goal, but also that long-term healthy skin. It's not just going to be temporary relief or fix.
And
No more
that's it.
band-aids.
No more band-aids. That's how we build that long-term clientele, that really loyal clientele is by taking them on that journey. And that begins with our regimen-based prescriptions and consultations. So we consult based on product category. And we're going to explain what that looks like shortly. But Rach, for a business,
Mm.
why do we want to be talking about regimen-based consultations and prescriptions?
Yeah, so there's a few reasons why, and what it's going to do to your business. First of all, we're going to increase that client loyalty. So when a client is seeing consistent results from our structured skincare regime, they're more likely to remain loyal rather than jump and hop and skip over to other products or other therapists or other services. They're also then going to want to do more services and stay with you basically. So it's going to create more client loyalty because they're seeing those results. You'll also start seeing a bit of a higher client spend because you're creating this well-defined regime. It often involves multiple products, not just one. Remember, we're not just doing that one fixed product anymore. So it's can lead to an increase in sales as the client will start to see that as you explain it. So they're going to purchase the full set or the whole regime, or they will purchase a few out of it rather than just that one quick fix. You're going to see enhanced client satisfaction. So your clients that obviously follow that routine is going to be tailored specifically to their needs and what they want to achieve. So that's going to be then a positive experience from that outcome, and it's going to lead to a really higher client satisfaction and obviously repeat business. And then we're also going to see not so much for the business side, but we're going to see an improved client education as well. So regime-based selling provides a really unique opportunity for us to be able to educate our clients on the importance of each step and why we're doing it, and really fostering that deeper understanding and appreciation of their skincare routine and why they're actually using each product. I don't know if you guys see it, but when I'm talking to a client or even to friends, I'm like, why are you using that? They're like, I don't know, I was just told to. So they're becoming more switched on and really having that opportunity to explain that to our clients, I think is brilliant. And I guess the last one as well is that boosted professional credibility from regime-based selling. We're offering a comprehensive regime that's going to demonstrate your expertise because we are experts in this field, and it's going to come from your clients in committing to your skincare goals. So really enhancing that professional reputation out there. And we know that all good news spreads as well. People talk. So it's just going
Yeah,
to set us apart from those quick fixes or those in and out sort of clinics.
absolutely. Word of mouth is such a powerful thing, isn't
That's what
it?
I was looking for. Thank you. I was like, there is.
And it's such a great way as well, just adding to what Rach said, to be able to achieve those transformations. And that is such a brilliant marketing tool for your business as well. We know that we can't achieve that ultimate transformation unless the client really is leaning in and committing to what they need to be doing. So, yeah, there's so many benefits to the regimen-based selling, but we're going to dive in a little bit deeper now. So, when it comes to consultations, conducting that effective consultation is absolutely crucial to be able to accurately prescribe for our clients. We need to understand several different factors. We need to have a thorough understanding of their skin concerns and their goals because just saying, aging is my concern, it could mean something so different for so many different people. It might be, for me, it's fine lines and wrinkles. For this person, it might be loss of elasticity. So we need to make sure that we're on the same page and that we really do understand what that concern means to the client.
Not,
Um,
sorry, Heather, not assume is
yeah.
a good one. Not assuming and really diving in, asking a few more questions with that one. Because again, aging can also mean big pores. Aging can mean pigmentation. Like it means a different thing to every person. So don't assume when you see a client, they might have a buttload of pigmentation and they say they're concerned with aging, but really what they're concerned with are those fine lines all around the eyes. So as much as you want to fix up the pigmentation, we're focusing on their concerns.
100%. It's all about what the client sees with their skin, and understanding their goals. And not only that, but lifestyle factors that could be contributing to their skin concerns. So we need to have that, as Rach mentioned before, that holistic prescription and that holistic overview of the client. We also need to establish timeline. Does the client have an event in 3 months and they want to see a reduction in fine lines? Or are they getting married in a year and they want to work on their pigmentation? We need to understand what we're working with, but also making sure that the expectations align, and that they're realistic expectations as well. And we need to assess the type of client that they are. Do they have limited time for skincare, or are they willing to commit to a little bit more of an extensive routine to achieve those optimal results? Do they have more time in the evening than they do of the morning? We dive into that a little bit deeper when it comes to our regimen-based prescriptions. And finally, understanding the product preferences. That's so important. You will always have those clients that are stuck on, I love a foaming cleanser, I only want a foaming cleanser, or do they prefer a richer moisturizer? We do need to take all of those factors into consideration when we're prescribing for the client. So today, Rachel and I are going to walk you through what a regimen-based consultation entails. So what you'll notice is we're going to carefully break down each product category and we're going to ask a lot of in-depth questions to really understand our clients' needs and their wants with their skin. And that final prescription at the end will be a complete skincare routine designed to deliver the client the best possible results. It doesn't mean that they're always going to walk away with everything that you prescribe on that very first visit. However, what it does do is sets the expectation of what's required to achieve their long-term, desired outcomes with their skin.
Right.
I'm going to kick it over to you, Rach.
Awesome. So I thought what we'll do as well, the questions that we've written down here, you can and will adapt to your specific skincare line. We've left it really neutral at the moment. We haven't gone into a specific brand, just to give you guys ideas that you really can, it doesn't matter what skincare brand you carry, you can implement this in. And I know Heather's going to go through some tools a little bit later on as well. So first of all, when we've got our client in, we want to figure out what their number one and number two goals are. What are their skin concerns? What's their skin like? So Heather's going to be my client today, and we're going to prescribe her a full skincare routine using that regime-based selling. So welcome, Heather. So I guess the first thing we want to find out is what type of skin do you have, and what are your kind of top two concerns? What's the biggest thing that bothers you about your skin, or the fastest change that you want to see in your skin?
Yeah, so my skin tends to lean on more of the dry side.
Mhm.
My biggest concerns is my skin's very reactive.
Hmm.
And I get seborrheic dermatitis. So it's absolutely for me about managing inflammation in my skin and keeping it nice and calm. However, at the same time, I am quite prone to congestion on the forehead, particularly. So those two things would probably be my biggest concerns with my skin.
So we've got inflammation and reducing that and keeping it calm, and then congestion, particularly on the forehead as well.
Yeah.
And again, talking back and just making sure with your clients that you've got that clear understanding as well. And you find that your skin is more often dry than oily or combination or anything like that.
Yeah, I do.
So that's going to help guide us through the whole regime-based selling, keeping those two top two concerns. So it's inflammation and those congestions in my head there. And then I'm going to start to build out her routine. So starting off with a cleanser. Heather, what sort of cleanser do you prefer to use? Do you like a foaming cleanser? Are you a gel cleanser? Do you like something a little bit more lathery or waterless? What sort of cleanser do you tend to head towards?
I normally gravitate towards a creamy cleanser because I find that that's normally, what my skin can tolerate. I love the feeling of a foam, but it just makes my skin feel not so happy sometimes.
Fair enough. And do you prefer in your routine, your skincare routine, do you prefer something really quick and simple, or a more thorough cleansing sort of process? Like, would you be open to using, say, two cleansers in the morning and the evening, or are you a one and done sort of person?
I like to keep it simple in the morning.
Hmm.
I'm willing to do a little bit more of an evening.
Okay. And do you wear makeup on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So thinking about what Heather's just been telling me there, there's no point me trying to prescribe a foamy cleanser in there, or a gel-based cleanser, even though it may be super beneficial for her skin. Um, if that's not what she normally gravitates to, she's not really going to use it. She'll end up being disappointed. She likes a creamier cleanser, a little bit more time in the evening, and she wears a bit of makeup. So I would be guiding her towards probably something like a oil or a cream or a waterless base cleanser. A nice quick one in the morning, so just a cream cleanser in the morning, and then in the evening, I'd probably prescribe something like an oil-based or waterless-based cleanser to remove her makeup in the evening, and then after that, go in with her cream cleanser as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
Excellent. So, exfoliation, and we're doing this step by step. You guys are going to see how we're building on all this. This is how we use it in our routine at home. So, this is how we're going to build it. So, Heather, what about exfoliating? How do you feel about exfoliating? And if and when you do you prefer more of a physical exfoliation or a chemical like an AHA or a BHA, or do you like enzyme exfoliations?
Yeah, so I normally like an enzyme exfoliant. I feel like with my skin, it settles the best. However, I do love to use a salicylic acid when I'm getting congestion.
Awesome. And how often do you exfoliate? Is it regular, not so regular?
Maybe 2 times a week.
2 times a week? Okay, you can work with that. Excellent. Um, this is my perfect client right here. I love her. So cleanser, goodness me, enzyme exfoliant, given her concerns in regards to inflammation, is going to be the best one for your skin. And I would like you to use that one 2 to 3 times a week. Um, as for your congestion, I would like you to use a BHA, so a salicylic based chemical exfoliant. It could have a little bit of physical, but chemical based BHA just on the area and on those weeks where you're finding you've got a lot more congestion. I don't particularly want you using that every single day or every twice a week. But definitely when you find that that congestion is coming out, using the BHA up on that forehead area, but not bringing it down everywhere else, still stick to that enzyme exfoliant for the rest of the face. But 2 times a week, I don't really want you increasing any further after that just with your skin. I don't want to irritate it or inflame it. We want to calm it, but we do want to gently increase that cell turnover.
What I love about regimen-based consultations, and you guys will notice watching this, is it allows Rachel to really dig into each and every category that we talk about, and also to make it more of a conversation.
Mhm.
She's able to give that advice as we go. So really, when you get to the end of it, it's just kind of wrapping things up in a nice bow. Okay.
So then moving into toners and hydrating mists, and I realize not all skincare brands have these. If you do, then you can utilize this. If not, you just omit this step. But Heather, what are your thoughts on toners and treatment toners? Do you use them?
Yes, so complete convert. I never used to, and now I do every day, twice a day.
Excellent. Do you spend a lot of time in, say, highly polluted areas, or travel a lot? Do you spend a lot of time outside?
Wouldn't say spend a lot of time outside, but I do spend a lot of time in the air conditioning.
Yep. Excellent. And what do you suffer from, any sort of breakouts or anything on your face? Well, we've already discovered a little bit of congestion, but not really breakouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so toner wise, treatment toner, I'd be looking for something. And again, Heather's told us that in the morning, faster, in the evening, a little bit more. But she's already using a toner twice a day, so I don't need to convince her to use it twice a day. But I'd be looking for a toner that is just really calming, really easy to use, full of antioxidants, because she does spend time in that aircon, something really hydrating, something with a bit of that hyaluronic acid in there. But that treatment toner, what it's going to do is it's like it says, it's going to treat the skin. It's going to rebalance that pH of the skin and bring it up to where that skin should be after we've cleansed and or exfoliated. But it'll also bring calmness to the skin, help hydrate the skin, and it creates a nice surface then for our serums to then go onto the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we go into serums or treating. Now, serums have, like we know, the most concentrated amount of ingredients in there. So really, this is going to be your number one concern. Your primary concern is how you're going to prescribe your serum. So Heather, I know we've already talked about it, so I might just say it back to you. Your number one or your first or biggest primary concern is that irritation and that redness on the face. So it's reducing inflammation. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we prefer simple in the morning, more complex in the evening, or we have more complex in the evening, open
Yeah.
more complex. I'll stop saying
More
complex.
time.
Um, more steps. Tell me about what you do in the morning and the evening. Just run me through like your skincare routine in the morning, and your skincare routine in the evening.
Yeah, so normally in the morning, I'll just do a nice sort of quick cleanse. Always do a hyaluronic with the treatment toner.
Hmm.
And then I like some kind of an anti-inflammatory serum, something that's going to really nourish and kind of calm my skin.
Yep.
And I do prefer, that richer moisturizer and sun protection.
Hmm.
Um, so that's sort of my routine in the morning, and of an evening, I'll be putting in the retinol as well.
Yep. Okay. So off that, then in morning serum, I definitely want anti-inflammatories and a lot of antioxidants in there.
Mhm.
Free radical damage is more prevalent during the day. We know that. Plus, we're in aircon and all of that as well. But we want to help to reduce that inflammation and also hydrate the skin. So definitely, at least if we can find a serum that's got anti-inflammatories, antioxidants, and some hyaluronic acid in there. If not, I would probably get maybe two serums in there. In the evening, I still want to get something with a bit of anti-inflammatory effect in there for you, again, just to keep on calming the skin, but definitely adding in that retinol because that is not only going to help with cell turnover and help those cells talking, communicating better, it's also going to help with that congestion up on your forehead, and it should be in everybody's skincare routine. Like, I feel like vitamin A is like along with an SPF and non-negotiable.
Absolutely. And I'm giving Rachel my real routine. Keep in mind, I'm a therapist, so it is pretty on the money. However, when you are obviously doing that consultation with your clients, there are going to be, more likely than not that your clients will have a lot of holes in their routine.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. So protect. So this is about our daily moisturizer with those SPF benefits about protecting our skin. I just want my client on my SPF. I don't really mind which one they're on as long as they're on it. And I find a lot of the objections about the SPF is often the texture or the feel. So really nutting down with your client, what do they like in an SPF or what don't they like in an SPF? So Heather, when you're using your daytime moisturizer, do you prefer a more dewy finish? Do you like a more matte finish? Do you like a bit of coverage? What do you look for when you're looking for that daytime protection?
I like something that's more dewy, and I like something that's a little bit richer. I'm one of those people that is
Okay.
probably very different to most, that I actually like the feeling of having something on my skin.
Hmm.
So I don't mind it being a little bit of a richer consistency. And I do like it to have a little bit of a tint or a little bit of coverage, just so then if I don't feel like wearing makeup, then that gives me a nice base.
Yep, perfect. And you were saying before as well, you spend most of your time indoors as opposed to outdoors as well.
Yeah, correct.
Cool. So why I'm asking these questions as well is indoors or outdoors, I'm going to be looking at kind of that SPF content. Maybe there's a hybrid sort of SPF between a mineral and a chemical SPF, which is more suited to an outdoor use or an indoor use. Um, Heather said she likes a thicker, heavier, nourishing daytime moisturizer with a little bit of tint. So I would want to get you on, given that you've got a lot of reactivity as well, probably a mineral-based SPF, but one that's really, really nourishing, a high SPF content in there, zinc oxide, and a little bit of tint, just to help to, again, give you that little bit of coverage.
Yeah, beautiful. And you can see as Rachel's asking me this question, she's giving that ongoing education. This
Mm.
is your opportunity to educate your client as you're consulting.
And then we've got our moisturizer. So of an evening, you do your moisturizer. This hasn't got any sort of daily protection in there. But what sort of texture do you like, Heather? And I know we've already gone through this, but again, just for show, do you like something a little bit lighter or a little bit thicker in consistency
Yeah,
that I can get?
I prefer something that's nice and rich to go to sleep in.
Perfect. I can work with that. And what would you say your secondary concern was? Was it?
So apart from, I guess, the inflammation and the little bit of congestion, for me, it's always just as much hydration as possible.
Okay. All right. So then I'd want to get you onto a moisturizer, something that's like super nourishing, maybe things like your jojoba seed oil, your shea butter, your fruit butters in there, just really like giving back to that skin, really nourishing that skin, um, helping to hydrate, lock it in. Something with some ceramides in there as well, I think would be extremely beneficial for your skin. Now, with this moisturizer as well, while it doesn't have daily protection, if you're feeling during the day that the SPF that I have prescribed for you still isn't enough, or maybe it's winter and you're feeling particularly sensitive or dry that day, you can layer it underneath as well. But this, I think, yeah, something ceramide based is going to be really good for your skin.
Sounds gorgeous.
Excellent. Eye cream. So again, we're building this whole routine out. Not necessarily the client's going to take all of it, but we're looking from that holistic sort of overview, zooming out. So Heather, we've talked about your main skin concerns, but let's focus a little bit on your eyes now. What sort of concerns do you have around your eyes? Do you have any concerns around your eyes?
Yeah, so for me, it's definitely darkness. I
Hmm.
get quite dark sort of in that inner part. But also I have suffered with periorbital dermatitis.
Okay.
So for me, again, it's, consistent with the rest of my face. It's
Hmm.
calming, it's inflammation, it is just really nourishing.
Okay. And just going on to the dark circles, have you
Mm.
had them as long as you can remember, or do you find that they're increased from like sleep deprivation, or if you're not eating properly, or how do you find the dark circles go?
I've always had them,
Okay.
especially being quite fair. I feel like they're more prominent. However, they definitely have gotten worse with sleep deprivation.
Yep. I do that. And the periorbital dermatitis, do you find that it flares up? Do you know when it flares up? What kind of happens? Is it constantly a thing, or tell
I'm
me?
lucky that it's not a constant. It
Okay.
just, when my body's really run down and I'm really stressed, that's when I find that it tends to flare up.
Okay. So what I'd be looking at for, I should ask you this, but I know I need to ask you this because I want to give her a cream, but she
Yeah.
may not like that texture. So Heather, in your eye creams, do you like something a little bit lighter, a little bit more, say, gel-like or serum-like, or do you like something creamier, thicker?
I prefer a creamier eye cream. However, this is a really good question to ask because you may have the client come to you who says, eye cream stings my eyes and they're nervous to use a traditional cream. This is, a good question to ask, even if you know the answer, what it will be.
Want to know the ends. Like from everything Heather said, it's like, no, you need a cream. But if Heather came to me and she's like, I really don't like that feeling. I mean, it doesn't align
Yeah.
with everything she said so far. But if she doesn't really like it, then I need to find an eye cream that's going to align better with her. But look, I'm looking for a really nourishing, heavy, rich eye cream for you and something with all those anti-inflammatories in there just to really calm and cool that area, and help to increase that circulation around there too.
Beautiful.
So masking. Love a good mask. Love
Me too.
masking. It's my self-care thing on the weekend. So Heather, when you mask at home, what type of mask do you prefer? Do you like something that has like just a sheet one you can stick it on and go around your day? Do you like a clay, cream, gel? Do you like to just slap it on and sleep it on in it overnight? Or do you like something that's also got an additional benefit of, say, exfoliation too?
Normally, I go a sheet mask because I feel like
Hmm.
that's quite cooling on my
Hmm.
skin. However, I do also like something that I can kind of apply and then wash it off, let's say while I'm doing my hair. Um, so I'm open.
You're open. So a few things that I would probably suggest there. I love a sheet mask as well. Again, it's that cooling aspect and it's just easy and clean and quick. Um, and generally mess free.
Yeah.
But I think a gel-based mask might also be beneficial to you, just again with that cooling aspect in my mind to help reduce that inflammation. I'd also challenge you that when you do get that flare up of that congestion, looking at maybe a cream-based mask with a few enzymes in it and leaving that on just on that area, you can zone your mask. So put your gel-based mask everywhere else, but just putting a like an ex slight exfoliation, like enzymatic exfoliation cream-based mask, I think would be extremely beneficial for you. And again, you can do this once to twice a week, but definitely minimum once a week.
Yeah, brilliant. I can do that. And on masking, isn't it funny, Rach, how we're seeing
Mhm.
such a big uptake in masking? I feel like
Yeah.
overseas it has absolutely blown up. Like there's full mask bars with our brands.
Yeah,
And it's starting to make its way over here.
I love it. I love a good
Yeah.
mask. Just it's a really nice self-care that you can do quite easily at home, and it does make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. So, the good news is you don't need to remember all of those questions off the top of your head because we have created some resources for you that are available if you are an image partner or if you're a hydropeptide partner. These are some great tools that you are going to be able to utilize in your clinics and for your teams. So, we just wanted to take you through a little bit of an overview of these. They are available on your share file, so they're there readily available for you. These are our at a glance sheets. So basically broken down into product categories. It gives you an overview of each product. So here we have masks. It's going to tell you who it's for, the collection it lives in, what's the texture, is it pro, is it retail, is it both, and then also a few key ingredients.
I love these. Like
They're
they're
so good.
yeah.
We have the same for image as well. And with the image ones, we also have, I guess, your key benefit, your number one benefit that helps you quickly identify at a glance um, what's going to be most suitable for your client. So these are great for your products. However, we do also have these regimen-based consultation tools. Rach, I know these are your babies. So
I
if you
love,
want to talk
love,
through them.
love these. So these are for us as therapists to use. So this isn't for our client, but it's just going to guide us through again with hydropeptide and image, those questions kind of that we've gone through today. And they're just brilliant. We've got so much we need to remember. This is just a quick at a glance, figuring out which type of cleanser is going to be most beneficial for our client and what sort of ingredients are in each product as well. So it's just designed to make your job a little bit more streamlined, a little bit easier as well.
Definitely. And some great little additions to this sheet is you can see, particularly with the repair creams, the moisturizers, you've got your different levels of your consistency. You also have some keys there that let you know, is it a cream? Is it a foam? Is it waterless? And what we suggest is actually printing and laminating these. So when you're doing your consultation, you can use a little whiteboard marker just to kind of tick it as you go and you're asking the questions. And then at the end, all you gotta do is wipe it down and it can be reused for all of your therapists as well.
No, I love that.
And we also have some prescription pads. These are brand new resources. We're so excited about them.
Love the press.
Do
Okay.
you want to talk about these a little bit, Rach? Because I know you worked so hard on them.
Absolutely. So these are our prescription pads. Again, we're just trying to make our lives easier. So you're going to see with Image and Hydropeptide, our entire collections are on there, and it's going to correlate to the prescription regime tool as well. So you'll have your cleanse first, and you'll have an AM and PM box there. And what you're going to do is tick the box that you want them to use that cleanser for, be it in the AM or PM, or maybe it's both. And then this is something that one we can keep on file, but also to give to your client and take it home. So again, they're going to see this whole overview of what their skin goal is, and they may not take all of it today, but they can see the whole picture and see what they're going to need to get to reach those goals in the end. So again, it's just a good visual to help both you and your clients, and make sure we're not missing a step either, or also how if they've got things already ready, finding out where those gaps are, because again, it's that visual there and we can see it.
Yeah, it's such a great tool. And I love the AM and PM edition there because how often do you have a client, you do a full prescription, and then they go home and they're overwhelmed and they don't
Mhm.
know how to use it or when to use it? I think it just makes it so much easier for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So these are all available for you guys on your share file, some great resources. If you need any assistance at all, you're always more than welcome to reach out to our education team and to your business development managers. But that is everything that we wanted to go through with you today. Thank you so much, Rach, for having me.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you for coming on today. I like these interactive ones. It's not just me talking to the camera or you talking to the camera. I like talking to someone. Um,
I know.
but no,
Yeah,
I really hope that everyone found that quite beneficial. This is going to, like we said, it's going to start replacing that one product band-aid sort of fix. We're looking more zoomed out, and we're going to get those better results and achieve those better results and get a more loyal client base. So.
absolutely. So please, if you have any questions at all from what we've been through, pop it into the chat box for us. Otherwise, if you are watching the recording after the live webinar, you can always email us at education@probeautysolutions.com.au and we can answer any questions that you have. But thank you so much for joining us. I was going to say this afternoon, it's only this morning.
Morning. No, thank you for joining us, definitely. And don't forget next month, Tuesdays at 10. So the first Tuesday of May at 10 a.m. we'll be back.
We will. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Rachel. And we look forward to seeing you all next month.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.